Welcome back to Alchemical Astrology. I am your host and Skydance interpreter, Melusine. Now that the summer solstice has marked the peak of the sun's strength and the days gradually get shorter in the northern hemisphere, we are preparing for a new lunar cycle on the 28th or 29th of June, depending on your time zone. This new moon will be in her rulership in the cardinal water sign of Cancer the Crab. Those who are born under this sign are highly sensitive, intuitive, empathic, and pay extra attention to the comforts of their home as it serves as their personal sanctuary. These characteristics factor heavily in the energetic dynamic leading us into the month of July. The question that comes immediately to my mind on examination of the celestial snapshot presented in the chart is this: are you ready to forgive yourself? I'll let that sink in for a moment, as it is a crucial component for the individual and collective awareness if we are to successfully navigate our way through the remainder of 2022. Are you ready to forgive yourself? When it comes to emotional turmoil and sustained stress levels, we can often fall into victimhood and retreat into our shells to avoid prolonged suffering, just as the crab skitters sideways and buries itself in the sand to dodge a potential threat. When the coast is clear, we emerge to carry on with the task of living, but how much of ourselves have we buried in an effort to stay safe? When we finally find the courage to examine our places of pain, how often do we beat ourselves up about how we handled a situation, and why did we take so long to cut the cords to a toxic relationship or circumstance? Phrases like, "How could I have been so stupid?" or "Why did I waste so many years on this failure?" are repeatedly playing in the background and can prove deeply debilitating despite our efforts to move forwards. This is what Mars square Pluto, Neptune sextile Pluto, and the Moon square Jupiter can churn up in our psyches. The way to rise above old self-sabotaging internal dialogues is to give way to our emotional bodies and do some serious nurturing, mothering, and offering of unconditional love to ourselves. This is even further emphasized by Neptune going retrograde on the 28th of June until December 3rd at 22 degrees of Pisces. So be prepared for illusions to fall away and be replaced by spiritual glimpses of profound change. Chiron sextile Mercury facilitates a reworking of the script playing inside our heads. With the Sun and Moon in the first decan of Cancer, there is a great opportunity to shine light on where we could apply some focused self-care activities that catalyze our feeling valued and deserving of love. The two benefics, Jupiter and Venus, are forming a sextile, and this is the gold in the chart that should be utilized as an inspiration point for creativity, cultivation of a new sense of purpose, and establishment of healthy connection with like-minded souls who are equally keen on building a solid, healthy foundation of community. Saturn trine Mercury will afford you the common sense to formulate a practical plan that can produce desired results. Now that you've revived your authentic self, you can offer that compassion to everyone else who is struggling to find their centered place of power. A recalibrated belief system will afford you the opportunity to shine, especially as the Mars sextile Saturn gives you the energy to put your plan into action. Just be sure not to overdo it and work yourself into a place of exhaustion in an attempt to accomplish everything in one go. In addition, the Moon will find herself in the company of the fixed star Mirzam in the left paw of the constellation of Canis Major. This is one of the two stars that Persian astrologers marked as the heralds of the rising star Sirius. It is my hope that this foretells the rising of your radiance in the months to come as the divine feminine restores our collective well-being. The best crystals, in my view, to calm the heart and mind so you can transcend stormy, unstable energies is Larimar. This beautiful blue stone, found only in the mountains of the Dominican Republic, soothes the emotional and mental bodies, allowing one's natural state of being to be restored. It stimulates the heart, throat, third eye, and crown, breaking old patterns and making way for tranquility. The magnificent Mallow of the plant kingdom is equally effective in clearing blocks and cooling inflamed tissues, both externally as a poultice and internally if consumed as a tea. She has cool and moist qualities, and as such is governed by the Moon. All parts of the plant are edible, and her kidney-shaped leaves are a giveaway with respect to her healing powers specific to urinary tract issues. In effect, some have called her a cure-all, and she is well deserving of that title. When harvesting, especially with respect to the root system, be sure to leave some in the ground so new growth for the next year is possible. When making an infusion of the leaves and flowers, be sure to soak them in lukewarm water for several hours. Boiling the water will kill the active ingredients. Always say a prayer of thanks to the plant that has offered their essence to bring you back to balance. In the meantime, I wish you a tranquil and productive 2 weeks as the Moon waxes into her next phase, and we return in July for another lunar forecast.
On ne connaît point l'enfance. Sur les fausses idées qu'on en a, plus on va, plus on s'égare. Les plus sages s'attachent à ce qu'il importe aux hommes de savoir, sans considérer ce que les enfants sont en état d'apprendre. Ils cherchent toujours l'homme dans l'enfant, sans penser à ce qu'il est avant que d'être homme. Voilà l'étude à laquelle je me suis le plus appliqué, afin que, quand toute ma méthode serait chimérique et fausse, on pût toujours profiter de mes observations. Je puis avoir très mal vu ce qu'il faut faire, mais je crois avoir bien vu le sujet sur lequel on doit opérer. Commencez donc par mieux étudier vos élèves, car très assurément vous ne les connaissez point. Or, si vous lisez ce livre dans cette vue,